YouTube, what's going on, man? We back, again, and welcome back to the NT Shop. You know what I'm saying? I'm your boy Antonio. What we like to say here, we focus on faith, facts, and honest reactions, Today I want to talk a little bit about people moving the goalposts. You know how you do that, man. You feel me? Where a lot of folks, you can try to hold their feet to the fire, and some folks know how to wiggle, you know what I'm saying? Some folks know how to move and groove, and walk, work their way up out of a lot of situations, you know what I'm saying? And some folks don't like being held. Some folks don't like being held accountable. You remember I did a video on that a little while ago. Accountability, man, and accountability comes with being responsible. And some folk don't want that. And I get it, and the reason why most folk don't want that is because when you're held responsible, like you actually held to a standard, like meaning you held to accountability. But like I said, sometimes when you actually having a conversation with folks, because they don't want to be wrong, they move the goalpost. Like, as soon as you trap them in the corner where it's hard to even it's hard to get about, squirm about it when you got them dead to wrong. But hey, some folk good at wiggling, man. Some folk real good at that wiggling, you know what I'm saying? And I hate it because, again, like I told you, when we grew up, and I'm going to keep referring back to this because there was more simpler times. Like today, it's a lot of confusion. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got folk don't want to be held accountable. They hate to be held accountable. Like, nothing makes them happier than to sit there and lie. Like, lying is just, it's they, you know what I'm saying? It's they 1-2. And I hate that because they're like, you don't have to, you don't have to lie, not to kick it. I knew what I'm saying, the old song. I threw it out there just cause. But I'm saying, like, if we talking, especially if we on something serious, and I'm sitting here showing you valid evidence that, I'm right, you wrong. And I don't want to be right, but on the topic, I'm right, you wrong. But instead of you just taking that loss and moving on, learning from it, now you want to argue tooth and nail. Tooth and nail. Moving the goalposts. You know how hard it is to get a person to admit anything once they start moving that post? Impossible to get them to just accept what you're saying is true, because they just don't want to be wrong. And hey, they're not good people, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not that hard to accept being wrong. Shit, I accept it every day. Do I have flaws? Absolutely. I got stuff I need to work on? Most definitely. But it don't hurt me to be wrong, because like I told you, it's growth and being wrong. And if you don't want to accept the, your wrongdoings or being wrong or whatever the case might be, that's a problem. Like, that's really goofy if you ask me. So like I said, they want to talk about the folk that like to, move the goalposts, because I'm not a big fan of them type people, man. Because they make stuff harder than they have to be. When we both can just accept whatever it is and we'll move on. Because like flip that same scenario on his head, and it's toward me. Okay, I'm not saying I won't argue my side of trying to be right, but if you show me like just hands down evidence where I can't argue that, you got it. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's supposed to be. You got it. And I'm not saying you got it with no, like, not being smug, don't have no attitude, like humility. Like I told you, you need to be, hey, humility is a thing. Being humble. God loves saying that. Because he know that, you can admit being wrong, and you know what I'm saying, you won't boast when you're right. Just saying. But without further ado, we're going to get into some videos, because, we got a few of them here. I'm going to check them out. Here we go.
This is what you need to know about narcissists, part I don't even know. Narcissists love to move the goalpost. Why do they do this? Why do they always change the rules on you? Well, this is always in an attempt to remain superior. You do what they ask, now that's not enough. You fix the problem, and now the problem is you. You improve, now they've raised the bar. This keeps them on top, in control, and unaccountable. You're always chasing their approval, and they're never ever going to give that to you. See, with narcissists, stability threatens them. Healthy people like clarity, but narcissists really love instability. They need instability. When expectations are clear and met, two really scary things happen for narcissists. One, they can't criticize you, and two, they have to look at themselves, which we know they can't do. So they destabilize the relationship by shifting the standards. Confusion keeps you off balance, therefore you are easier to control. And there you have it, understanding the narcissist's brain just a little bit better today. And this is your daily dose of, man, I don't feel so crazy. I've just been dealing with a narcissist.
And so I'm not even saying it from a narcissist standpoint. I'm just saying how people move the goalposts. And, you know, but that is a way of, you know what I'm saying, folk moving their posts. Because the way she breaks it down, like, when they move the post, they doing it pretty much to, like, hurt people. And they, then, you know, when you catch them in the lie, they gonna argue tooth and nail that they right. You know what I'm saying? And then they gonna make you feel bad because they gonna want to be feel like, oh, why would you attack me? Like, they become the victim, and they gonna have you like, damn, scratching your head like, is it my fault? Like, I'm not talking about on that psychological sense of it, but I'm saying, like, just take the L, man. Like, we here today because people. I've been trying to wrap my mind around it because it's really foreign to me. Because, man, I took so many L's in my life. Oh, like, humility it's not a problem for me because I done took L's, man. I mean, trust me, they suck, but they necessary. You know what I'm saying? They necessary. I mean, I hate that they suck, but they necessary. Only if you learning from them. Now, if you ain't learning nothing now, you just having bad days, if not bad months or years. But I'm telling you, like, I took plenty of L's, man, and I know I'm gonna take some more in the future. That's why I ain't tripping, because I know I'm supposed to be learning something from the L's. You know what I'm saying? Because you learn from your wins and your losses, but you learn a little bit more in the losses than you do your wins. So how can you get what you need to get out of the losses if you want to admit that you lost? Stop moving the goalposts. That's a problem, man. Something wrong with y'all. Like, it's goofy. Let's move on.
Moving the goalposts is when someone asks for evidence and you give them evidence and then they suddenly change the standard. You see this all the time in flat earth debates. They say, show me the curve. So you show them ships disappearing bottom first. Then they say, that's just perspective. So you show them the same object coming back into view when the camera gains elevation. Then they say that's just zoom. So you explain that zoom can't reveal something physically blocked by the horizon. Then they say, okay, well, show me water curving. So you show them long distance observations over lakes where the bottom of buildings, bridges, and wind turbines are hidden. Then they say, that's just refraction. Then you explain refraction is real, measurable, and actually part of the globe model. Then they say, well, I need to see the whole Earth from space. So you show them space footage from NASA, and then they say NASA is fake. You see, this is what it means to move the goalposts. The original standard wasn't prove every single scientific institution on Earth is honest. The original standard was show evidence of a curvature. And when evidence is shown, the standard keeps changing. That's the trick. They don't need an answer. They need an escape route. So here's the rule. Before you debate them, ask them what evidence would actually change their mind. Because if the answer is nothing, you're not in a debate. You're watching someone defend their worldview. Truth is discovered, never invented. Always keep searching.
I like the way he broke that down. Because you're not lying. Like, once you show them what they asked for, they're going to continue to move the goalposts. And they're going to continue to try to escape. But he said if you start off in the beginning, ask them what will they need to prove, what would they need for you to prove the point? That's a little bit better because now you get to like actually hold their feet to something tangible, like something solid, because they can't move the goalposts as much if what they give you, an example of what they need to be convinced. You got them. You know what I'm saying? So maybe if you start the question off with something like that, because see, he talking about flat earthers and all that. I don't really debate that right there. Just off strength of who cares? Serenity, man. Control what you can, pray for what you can't. Ask the Lord, give me no difference between the two. I can't do nothing about whether this jump flat or round. Nothing. I be tripping on some stuff people be debating on. Like, God, some folks just like to hear themselves talk. And I don't get that. Like, y'all can have that. I'm good on that. But now talking about this moving the goalpost, like that was a good little scenario how he broke that down, how you can get a person to, kind of corner themselves with killing the debate. Because, like, if you don't do that, it's going to be just an endless cycle. Because once you corner them here, we'll go over here. Like, then it's irritating because, like, you do have these people, cornered. But because like I told you, they hate to be wrong. So, they going to find a way out. And, people today, like, morale very low. A lot of stuff low. Morale, confidence, morals, all time low. Just have to be honest. And just let it rest in my brain a little bit. But God. But like I said, we go ahead and set that question in the beginning. Like, what will it take for me to prove blase? Whatever I'm talking, whatever it is, you can break it down to like that. What will it take for me to prove what I need to prove? And I promise you, that's a lot easier than try to have a debate and then just, hit them with facts and after facts after facts, and they kind of keep moving that post. Y'all gonna be there all day. And they can, trust me, for a person that don't be wrong, they can do that a lot longer than you. Then you can have a same mind and thinking that you finna corner these folks and get them to admit that they wrong. That's not happening. So go ahead and set your rules on the front end, right? Where you ain't got to sit there and do all that battling on the back. Yeah. But I did like his little way of breaking it down. Like, I don't care about that flat earth. I can't do shit like that. Let's go for to sit there and debate any goddamn way. But let's move on.
You wear nice clothes, people think you're showing off. If you wear simple clothes, people think you're poor. If you speak your mind, you're rude. If you stay quiet, then you're a coward. If you're successful, then you're arrogant. And if you're struggling, then you're lazy. You see, no matter what you do in life, people will always have something to say. So ignore people and their opinions. Because so long as your creator is pleased with you, who cares what people think?
As long as you care about what the creator think, man, hey, rest of it irrelevant. I tell you, you can slide your inner family, like wife, spouse, kids, siblings, mom, dad. You can slide them in there, but I think once you get past like aunties and cousins, uncles and stuff, it shouldn't matter. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to matter on that part of it, but I'm just saying, I'm just trying to say it's up to you where you want to, draw your line in the sand, because people gonna hate. Shit, they gonna, and then like I told you, they gonna move the goalposts as much as they want. Like he said, when you wear nice clothes, they gonna have something to say. When you wear like when you dress tacky, they gonna have something to say. Like it ain't no. I mentioned this a little while ago because I said if you can read well, you know what I'm saying, and speak, fluent. If you can speak well, read well. People call you what they say. What you think you white? Then if you can't read, you stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, where's the fine line? I told you can't never make people satisfied. So why even try? Why even try? I'm just saying, like, you can't win for losing. So focus on you. And you can use that question that dude said though, you know what I'm saying, about that goalpost. I know I just kind of veered off a little bit. I'm back, but I kind of got caught up in what he was talking about. But yeah, we're still talking about just moving that goalpost. Like I said, lock in on that question. it'll save you some time. Because I'm telling you, people hate to be wrong. And I hate that. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't understand it's growth in being wrong. Because once you realize that you're wrong, the next thing is to, you know, get it corrected. What you was wrong about. You know what I'm saying? And after you correct it, you are better than you were before you corrected it. So, listen, you know, it's growth in there. But like I said, some folks don't want growth. Some folks don't know what growth is. Some folks don't know what growth look like. Some folks are content just living in squalor. That's crazy. But like I said, again, I know we not cooked. I really do. And I know we can do better because I know he made us better. We just done kind of veered off track. Just, what, a couple decades or whatever. But I know he can get us back. I know he can get us back. Got all power. And it's possible to come on back from that. Like I said, folk gonna continue to move the goalposts until we actually come up with that common sense and get everybody on. Like, getting back to shaming is a good. I told you, shaming is a great tool. You know what I'm saying? Shaming just help correct bad behavior. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of it out here. And to move a goalpost, that's bad behavior. Like, dude, you're not even having honest debate. Like, you going into the debate with your mind made up that you're not losing, and that's not honest. That's not honest, man. That's ugly. You know what I'm saying? And I know this is a little short one, but like I said, it's something quick. You feel me? I want to just touch on this topic, man, and, you know, see how y'all felt about it. Because, like I said, people move the goalposts too much out here, and we need to start holding folks accountable. And I think we can do that with that one question. Tell them to go ahead and set the standard of what, you know what I'm saying, what they think, you know, you should be proving to them. And I'm telling you, you'll keep them from wiggling and moving all around with their post. Because I'm telling you, if they dishonest folk, they gonna move their joint, and you can go ahead and stop them in the beginning and just really corner them and hurt their little feelings. But thank you for stopping by. You know what I'm saying? Again, welcome to the NT Shop. I tell you, we focus on fact, faith, honest reaction. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for stopping by to show you boy some love. Like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Holler back at me. I'm out. Peace.
From the first hello to the last farewell, welcome to the shop. Come on in and stay, where the world feels a little brighter today. Take a look around, let your worries drop. You belong right here. Welcome to the shop.